I continue to be inspired by how much word of mouth actually matters. Like it just every year, I feel like it sets a new record in my mind for how important it is.
I continue to be inspired by Alex Hormozi and his message that he constantly puts out around building a bigger, better business. This idea of the way he puts out everything for free, that way someone can learn from him, build a big business, and then he can acquire it or work with you through his brand acquisition.com. But the idea and the reason for this video and the What's Missing series is to take this idea of what he calls the most powerful marketing strategy, and that strategy being word of mouth. And like he says here, it's like an invisible hand, which in this strategy and the idea and concept of what's missing is more of a gap that we need to bridge as affiliate marketers, thinking about the strategy or word of mouth and this idea and this concept of the invisible hand. Of course, the idea and concept of the invisible hand comes from The Wealth of Nations and Adam Smith, an economist back in 1776 that wrote that book about the idea of the way that people act and how it impacts an economy. In this case, looking out for your own self-interest. Again, as an affiliate marketer, of course, we are looking out for our own best interest, but we also have this idea, or when we're thinking about the invisible hand and the way that the word of mouth strategy is going to work for us, of customer treatment. Now, Alex talks about focusing on the customer. Of course, he's talking about it from a business aspect or a business stance of creating your own product. As an affiliate marketer, it's no different. You're just looking at your customer, your audience, specifically as an affiliate marketer creating content, or think of doing product reviews. You're thinking of that person that you're reviewing that product for directly as your customer. And you want to treat them as best as you can by giving them the best information that you can. Because again, the invisible hand and the idea of word of mouth, that it's going to spread, word of mouth being exponential, meaning one person tells two people tell three people, four people, six people, exponentially it just grows, but it technically can't be measured because again, it is the invisible hand. Then we move into the idea of endurance. Now, again, for Alex and his idea of building businesses, endurance is about enduring or building trust and building products and thinking about the long term and supporting customers, going back to the idea of customer treatment. But again, endurance for us as affiliate marketers is about the same thing. It's about focusing on products for the long term and also the benefit that the audience will receive from the content that we put out and our recommendations inside of that content. And we will be enduring in our effort to constantly be sure we're giving the best information that we can. And then that will allow us to endure. Again, the idea of the invisible hand, our own self-interest, looking out for ourselves, but also looking out for our audience, and then making sure those two things work together. The next idea, of course, is scaling. Alex's take on this about scaling is the idea of build gradually. Do what you can when you can. This same idea applies to us as content marketers, specifically as affiliate marketers, thinking about picking a singular platform to grow on. So for example, here on YouTube, I focus my effort on creating the best quality videos I can here on YouTube, and then I expand out. I think about being or maintaining my endurance of creating content, high quality content, or enduring my business as an affiliate marketer and scaling, and then thinking, okay, let me create what I can today on one platform, and then think about next time creating a piece of content here on YouTube, then turning it into a blog post, then turning it into a series of tweets, growing on other platforms, or starting an email list and then scaling out, building an email list, thinking about, okay, word of mouth is going to work because the traffic, the content that I create that turns into traffic, and then the way that I treat my customers based upon the content I'm creating, and my recommendations always being solid, then I will be able to scale out. And then word of mouth will allow that scale to grow exponentially as well. I'll be able to grow, my audience grows. That's the whole concept and the idea of scaling. Again, going back to thinking about the invisible hand and the strategy of word of mouth not really being able to be measured except for the fact that your audience grows as you scale. Then, of course, this all is a result or the result of doing all these things, relying on this invisible hand and this concept, this marketing strategy of word of mouth, having compounding results. So basically just understanding that do what you can and then scale as you can. And you're in this for the long haul. So think about enduring, or think about maintaining your endurance and enduring the long haul, and this being a long haul, or the time horizon of the idea and the concept of you are an affiliate marketer today, letting people know about products that will help them. But at some point, you might start creating your own products. So the customers and the way that you treated them is going to directly impact that goodwill, or the invisible hand, which is goodwill and the word of mouth growing. The fact that you were a solid affiliate marketer in your recommendations, and now think, okay, well, I've started creating my own product, and you just put all these things together. And then this idea, this concept, this marketing strategy of the invisible hand, word of mouth, it's not really something you can measure. But even as an affiliate marketer, you're going to see your audience grow over a long time horizon, because you are doing all these things and you are relying on this word of mouth strategy and this invisible hand to grow your audience, build your reputation, and build your own profitable online business doing affiliate marketing. Now, of course, this marketing strategy, word of mouth, and this idea of the invisible hand doesn't work if you don't create content and generate traffic. And if you'd like to see my strategy for how I do this, the strategy that I call the top strategy, check out this video right here. I look forward to seeing you in that video. Now I'll talk to you later. Bye.